Hi there, listener. We, the editorial team of the manufacturer, have the great privilege of bringing you interviews from some of the best manufacturers, leaders, industry analysts, young pioneers, innovators, and solution providers. But sadly, we can't possibly fit all of them into our podcast episodes. Fear not, though, because you're listening to Archives, a platform where you can hear these fascinating and thought-provoking interviews in full. In this episode, we speak to Andrew Schofield, chair of the Northwest Aerospace Alliance, an initiative which supports the county's advanced manufacturing and engineering companies. This interview was taken from the show floor at Smart Factory Expo 2022. Here we are then on day 2 of Smart Factory Expo at Digital Manufacturing Week, and it has been a truly fantastic show so far. Andrew Schofield joins us here on the Manufacturer Studio. Andrew, thank you for coming along. How have you enjoyed it so far, this event?
Yeah, really good. I mean, it's similar to previous years and great support, and I think, like I said in the SME Growth Summit talk that I gave, it's a credit to the manufacturer and Hennick Group for continuing to put on such a great event. So we're really pleased to support it.
Fantastic. Well, very glad to hear that. You've been involved in the SME Growth Summit today. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been talking about, specifically around the Watchtower program and how and why that came about?
So my role within the Northwest Aerospace Alliance is actually I'm the chairman of the alliance, and so I gave the opportunity really in the SME Growth Summit to talk about an initiative that's been sponsored by Lancashire County Council called Watchtower, and how it can support the SMEs in the Lancashire area.
Fantastic stuff. So who's involved and what role does Northwest Aerospace Alliance play?
There's a few companies involved, and maybe I'll just say a few words about how it came about in the first place. So if you go back a couple of years, so the pandemic obviously impacted on everybody, and at the time the Lancashire Enterprise Partnership, the local enterprise partnership, the Lancashire LEP, and you think about the Northwest and particularly Lancashire is a heavily aerospace sort of dominated part of the country. The Lancashire Enterprise Partnership really sort of thought, actually the pandemic's having a major impact on the aerospace business. So a task force was put together and really looked at what can be put in place to help companies in the aerospace industry, and probably more specific now the advanced engineering and manufacturing companies, how can they recover and start to grow following the pandemic. So a lot of interventions and discussions were held, and the evidence base that Lancashire County Council used was used to put in place what's known as the Watchtower programme, which is really helping the companies in the region to sort of grow and be competitive as a result of the pandemic.
Fantastic. I mean, maybe you could go in a little bit more into kind of how it works and how it's going to provide assistance and support.
Yeah, so how it works, there's sort of 3 main focus areas, and there's sort of 3 companies involved with it actually. And the Northwest Aerospace Alliance is taking the lead on 4 of the 5 work packages in partnership with Aerospace Consulting. And also there's a company in Blackburn that sort of focuses on skills, which is Community Business Partners. So the 3 partners involved with it, and how it works really is identifying companies who need to support around innovation, they need support around diversification, and they need support around skills development. And that's really the essence of what we're trying to do here. How
important then is it to promote manufacturing, do you feel? I mean, generally, and then just within the region?
In terms of manufacturing across the UK, it's vitally important to continue to sort of talk about the capability. It's also very important to talk about the future capability of manufacturing and where that's taking us, and more specifically in the Northwest, and again narrowing it down to Lancashire, it's vitally important. It's 100 years of sort of heritage and experience in aerospace particularly, but when you look at the future, particularly the new sectors that are being established, so how does aerospace get connected with automotive, nuclear, space, hydrogen? So there's a lot of opportunities, but more importantly, it's how do we identify the capability of the Northwest and Lancashire, and what that's going to be known for in the future. It's known for sort of 100 years ago, so cotton mills and aerospace. But now, what does the future look like? So it's important to promote the capability within advanced engineering and manufacturing, not just within aerospace sector.
And how's it been going? Because it launched back in March, I believe.
Yeah, it's been going very well. Launched back in March. It's a 2-year programme. The first phase really was doing a number of sort of roundtable workshops, particularly around diversification, which is giving SMEs an opportunity to understand what does it mean for an aerospace company to be a supplier into defence? What does it mean for an aerospace company to be a supplier into automotive? What does it mean for an automotive supplier to be involved with defence? What are the sort of hurdles and initiatives that needs to be put in place? So. And also getting a bit of a view of what the future might look like in those sectors. That gives a company then, I've used to be an aerospace supplier, but now I want to be involved in nuclear, so what does that mean, or space? So it's been going well. A number of companies have been identified that want the support around innovation, for example. There's been a tremendous amount of investment put into research centres like the AMRC Northwest, UCLan, University of Central Lancashire, Edge Hill in Liverpool, and also University of Lancaster. So the SMEs need access to that, and they need an assessment of how innovative they are or how innovative they need to be.
It's really great to get your thoughts today, Andrew.
Okay,
thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
We hope you enjoyed that, listener. Keep an ear out for more episodes like this one, and of course for more episodes of the Manufacturer Podcast. Whatever streaming site you're listening on, be it Spotify or Apple Music, be sure to give this podcast a follow and a rating. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why not subscribe to our channel for the latest video content?